Hello Leo, and welcome to my channel Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, looking at your recent past, your current energy, and your immediate future, answering the question, what do you need to know right now in order to move forward in alignment with your higher self to ultimately create the life that you desire and deserve? As I do in all of my readings, I pulled the overall energy and clarified those messages, as well as the overall theme for the reading, which we will jump into in just a second. But I still have the tarot deck I'll be pulling from, as well as the clarification deck and the advice deck that I will be using to close out the reading in the extended. Any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading with me is in the description box below. Last thing, please remember that these are general readings. They are not here to resonate fully for everyone, and they won't resonate fully for everyone. So please remember to take what does resonate and helps your personal situation and leave what does not. I feel like I could say that in my sleep. I feel like I probably do say that intro in my sleep by this point. All right, anyway, let's jump into your recent past here, Leo. You have patience with the Six of Pentacles in reverse. So you've been trying to be very patient with yourself, with the universe, with your path, but it feels with the Six of Pentacles in reverse like you are just not where you want to be. Like you don't have what it is that you want. You're just not, it just kind of feels like no matter how much you try, you're just not getting there. That can be a very frustrating energy, and I feel like you've been dealing with it for a while. So I do think that there's some cycle in your life that's closing out. And I also think, based on the way these kind of are unfolding, that you have a little bit more power in this situation than you think that you do at this time. Now, because in your current energy, you have take a risk with the Two of Swords here. So I feel like there's something that you've been contemplating, something that your soul has been calling you toward for a while, and now is the time to take that risk, to take a risk toward it, to make the decision. I feel like you've been on the fence about some sort of decision, maybe because it involves having to face the unknown. It involves a lot of things that are very out of your control, but the universe is saying just trust and take that risk. And I thought this was kind of crazy that this came out as the overall theme. It says take a divinely guided chance. It says all positive change and successful venture involves a degree of risk, and you are ready to follow your divine guidance to new territories. As you leave behind that which is comfortable and familiar but no longer appropriate for you, you make room for new and more meaningful opportunities. But what you need to know about that is you're not going to have all of the answers before you make a decision, because in your immediate future you have enchanted with the Four of Wands. Now, something that jumps out at me with these two cards is kind of this passageway, and I feel like what this is like a path opening up for you. That path can't open until you choose it. I don't know if that fully makes sense. I think it will as we continue throughout the reading, but when you take the risk, it wouldn't be a risk if you knew, how do I say this? It wouldn't be a risk if you knew exactly how things were going to play out, when they were going to play out. It wouldn't be a leap of faith if you had certainty, right? So in order to open this path up for you, and this is very much the path to what you're wanting, what you haven't been receiving, being able to get that, but it requires some sort of a divinely guided chance, of a risk here. I mean, this within itself is confirmation. So it's, we'll see, but I'm sure there's so much more to it than just that. So, that's just the overall energy. So we're going to dive into the actual story now. So let's start, Leo, by looking at your recent past. Patience with the Six of Pentacles in reverse. It feels like you've been waiting on the universe for something, waiting on the universe to bring you something. But I actually feel, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, what Leo needs to know regarding their recent past. I mean, there it is. Six of Cups in reverse, Eight of Pentacles in reverse, and Nine of Pentacles. This Nine of Pentacles, I feel, has felt very out of reach for you. This is kind of wish fulfillment, whatever this is talking about. Now, it could be many different things. It could kind of just be like getting to a point in your life where you're stable, successful, feeling happy, at peace. It could be a specific goal at a job. It could be a specific relationship goal. It depends, right? So that's why this is a general reading. Take it as it resonates. But this, I feel, has very much recently felt very out of reach for you. And with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse and the Six of Cups in reverse, it feels like no matter how hard you try, you seem to always end up right back in the beginning. It's like you build and then something happens and you just feel like something sets you back, like right back to the start. And I feel like it's been this cycle of like feeling like you're getting places, but then, feeling held back. And it makes a lot of sense why you're frustrated, because that's a very frustrating energy when you feel like nothing that you do matters, no amount of effort is, getting you to where you want to go. I don't think that, I can actually tell you that I don't, see that this is a sign that you can't have what it is that you want and desire at all. In fact, I think that it's the opposite. I think that again, I feel like you have more control in this situation than you think. But again, I feel like I keep getting ahead of myself. Let's keep going. Recent past for Leo. There's a Three of Pentacles and Six of Swords. I just keep getting this. Okay. I keep getting this feeling that what keeps happening is it's like things come together and then you're forced to like start over. Things come together, you're forced to start over. Things come together, you're forced to start over. If there's anything that I've learned in my life, and anything that I ever want anyone to take from any of the readings that I do, it's that the universe will not allow you to settle where you are not meant to settle. If you try to settle in a life, in a relationship, in a career, in a financial situation that just isn't what you deserve, the universe will throw tower moments your way. It will force you to move. It will force you out of certain situations and into the unknown. And if we keep going back and choosing situations that are less than what we deserve or requiring us to settle, that will keep happening over and over again. To us, it feels like no matter how hard I try, I can't get what I want. To the universe, it's you deserve more than what you've been allowing yourself to settle for. So that's very much what this energy feels like for you. Is it's not that the universe doesn't want you to have what it is that you've been desiring. It's that the universe is saying that you are more deserving, that you are deserving of more than what you've been accepting. And so that's why you've been continually forced to like move on from relationships, move on from jobs, start over and over and over and over again. Is because the universe is trying to get you to see and choose more in alignment with what you're worthy and deserving of, as opposed to, quite a bit less than that. Whoa, what was that? Oh, King of Wands. Whether you're male or female, I think this is you showing up in your own reading. Okay. Recent past for Leo. Two of Swords. That's that same Two of Swords right there. It's like, and that's what's so interesting is you've continuously been on the fence about this other path. Or this thing, this movement, I don't know what it is. It's like there's something here. And you've been on that. Considering this Two of Swords is in your current energy and in your recent past energy, like this has been something you've been on the fence about for a while. But the Death in reverse here, that's fear of change. That's resisting the change and the unknown and the uncertainty that would come with making this decision. So I feel like that's why the universe isn't letting you settle, because your soul is being called to something here. And it has been for a while, but I feel like you've been choosing other options, other routes, because, maybe you don't think you can do it. You don't think that it's meant for you. You fear that if you leave that relationship that's not serving you, you'll never have another one that replaces it, whatever the case might be. So your soul is being called to something more, but you've been choosing less. Now, remember, 95% of our movements, choices, and decisions stem from our subconscious. Only 5% of the way we interact with our reality is conscious level decision making. The majority of how we move in this world is going to be determined by our subconscious patterns, and those have been learned. We learn those through our relationship with our parents, through what society has taught us, through just in general what our life experiences have been like and what we've internalized because of those. So if we've internalized limiting beliefs such as I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not capable enough, I'm not lovable enough, or whatever it is, we will often make decisions based on those limiting beliefs and settle in certain areas of our life because we genuinely don't think that we can have more. Now, that's not our fault. Your trauma and the experiences that have caused you to internalize those things, that's not your fault, right? But if you want things to change, you have to be willing to kind of take a look at, okay, how have these beliefs about what I think that I'm capable of, what I think is possible for me, how have these been holding me back? For instance, I see often that people who have struggled financially throughout their childhood or in their kind of life in general, they start to form this belief that the universe wants them to struggle financially. Or people who can't seem to make a relationship last because they keep getting, left, or the relationship falls apart for some reason, start to internalize this belief that the universe wants them to be alone. When none of that is ever true, the universe wants you to have what it is that you are ultimately deserving and desiring of, but you've been trying to choose people, situations, paths that just don't align with as good as it can get for you. And so that's why things kind of keep falling apart. So your soul's being called to something here, and it has been for a while. I like this reading so far. So let's see. What does Leo need to know about their current energy? Take a risk to the Two of Swords. One more. Okay, there we go. Current energy for Leo. Yeah, frustration. I mean, it makes plenty of sense why you're frustrated. Because you're still frustrated now. Because this Five of Wands in reverse energy is kind of working through resistance. We as human beings, we're so interesting because we actually prefer the lack and the struggle and the suffering that we're used to over the abundance that we desire. We prefer it because our ego, not to be demonized, our ego is literally here to keep us alive. We need our ego, but the problem arises when we allow our ego to control us, and our ego really, really likes what is familiar. It likes what is predictable, it likes what it can control, and it likes what it knows it can survive. So if you're stuck in a relationship that doesn't make you happy, or a career field that doesn't make you happy, or a financial situation that isn't fulfilling, your ego actually is saying, heck yeah, more of this, because it wants what it can predict. And so when we're working through resistance to our abundance, we're working through resistance to what it is that we're trying to create in our life. Success, stability, fulfillment of whatever, aspect of your life, we literally have to face circumstances that make us feel like we're not getting what it is that we want. And in those moments, when we're facing those circumstances, it's up to us to respond rather than react. It's up to us to decide, I'm going to choose to believe that I am capable, deserving, lovable, and that the life that I desire is possible, as opposed to pull back to what I'm used to. That right there is where manifestation happens. So many people think that it's about believing hard enough and, doing the vision boards and praying and asking for guidance. And all of those things are fantastic, and sure, do those things all day long. Absolutely. Huge fan. But you also have to be willing to align. I mean, the process of manifestation within itself is aligning your actions, your beliefs, and your thoughts with the life that you desire. So if you're not living the life that you want, it's no indication that you can't have it. It's an indication that a part of you does not believe it's possible for some reason. And the universe is saying, because you don't believe it's possible, when you break down the law of attraction, thoughts become your beliefs, become your actions, become your reality. So if you don't believe it's possible, you're not going to act on it, on the opportunity for it, which means you're not going to create it. So if you've been avoiding taking a chance or avoiding making a decision, it's because there is a belief that is telling you that you can't have more than what you've been settling for. So that right there is the core of what you are working through right now. You have a right to be be frustrated, it makes plenty of sense why you're frustrated. You've given a lot of energy, to certain things, to certain people, to certain paths, and they just haven't become what it is that you thought they could be. But now might actually be a time more for redirection than trying harder at something that isn't working. All right. What does Leo need to know about their current energy? I feel like I just said that all kind of fast. So good news is you can slow the YouTube videos down. I hear that I talk fast all the time. So it's something that I work on, but sometimes I just get excited. Okay, current energy for Leo. All right. So whatever it is that you desire is going to require you to step pretty far out of your comfort zone. And the reason that I feel you haven't yet made this decision is because you're afraid of the unknown associated with it, right? We kind of talked about that. But that is where what you're looking for exists. This Nine of Pentacles is literally dependent on this Two of Swords, on making the decision. Right now, I feel there's a need to have a little bit of an open heart and mind regarding the path and the fact that you are heavily supported on the path to getting where it is, that you're wanting to get, but you're wanting this Nine of Pentacles. This has seemed so out of reach because it is very it's going to require you stepping out of your comfort zone to get it. And there's a part of you that kind of, a closed off mind can look like, there's no way I can do it, I can't afford it. An open mind can be, I don't know how, but I know the universe is going to support me in being able to afford this. I can't, a closed mind would be, I can't leave this relationship, I have nowhere to go. An open mind would be, the universe never requires me to stay where I am unhappy or mistreated, therefore I am open to creative solutions to where I can go next. That's literally the difference between being closed off to the opportunity and open to it. Until we're open to an opportunity for our life to evolve or to make certain decisions, first of all, we're never going to make them. Second of all, we're never going to see the opportunities that will allow us down these paths that will ultimately lead us to what it is that we desire. So right now, I feel like you're struggling with a little bit of a closed mind, which is fine and it's natural. I think that it's interesting how logic is important. It kind of goes back to that ego. Survival, logic, all of those things are important, but there's also this spiritual side of things that the universe really is magic, and it really is here to support you on the path to creating the life that you deserve and desire. But the extent to which you get to experience that support is 100% dependent on your belief in it. If you don't take steps toward the direction of having faith in the universe can't show up for you. A philosopher, Joseph Campbell, once said, take one step toward the gods and they will take 10 toward you. When we take a step toward believing in the universe goes, heck yeah, and shows up in that manner for us and provides us with what it is that we can't provide ourselves. So right now is a chance to be open to stepping out of your comfort zone in ways that you've kind of been called to do for a while, but maybe you've been a little closed off because, well, you didn't think it was possible, or you didn't think you were good enough, or whatever the case might be. All right, what else does Leo need to know regarding their current energy? It's about to shuffle again, but we're not in the future yet. This whole reading has been something about getting ahead of myself. That's been like a theme since I started it, like getting ahead of myself with what I'm saying and what I'm doing. So I almost feel like you're obviously wanting to be further ahead than you are right now. But what you're missing is the fact that this moment in your journey that you're on right now is necessary to get you to where you're trying to go. So Allowing yourself to be where you are and understanding that you will make decisions when you're ready. The universe will always push you to move when you need to. This is not a reading of saying you need to make this decision right now, Leo, because if you don't, you're going to miss out on this opportunity and your whole life is going to be ruined, because that is never true. I am not a fear-mongering type of reader. I will never be a fear-mongering type of reader. I'm here to tell you that you have control, and these decisions to improve your life or take a chance or, believe that you can experience more in your life, they're going to be really scary, and you're going to have to work through that fear. But the other side of that fear is the freedom to create a life beyond your wildest dreams. And so that control lies within you. That's what I'm trying to get through in this reading. What Leo needs to know right now. Oh, look at that new beginning. Oh my gosh. Okay. So the Fool in reverse with the Seven of Swords in reverse. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. How do I put that into words? So there's a new beginning, right? There's a new beginning that you're desiring here. That you've been waiting for. You've been waiting for this new beginning. The biggest thing that you need to know is that this new beginning exists. It exists. It's meant for you. It's waiting for you. But the Seven of Swords is this energy of the requirement of creating it is going to be embracing the unknown. It's going to be embracing having faith that the universe is supporting you, that the universe has your back, that you are being called in this direction for a reason. If the universe has put a goal or a dream in your heart, it has every intention of helping you make that happen. But creating a life that we deserve and desire is a co-creation process with the universe. The universe can absolutely step in when we need it, but we have to be willing to do for us. We have to be willing to show up for us too. So the best advice I ever give when you're trying to create the life of your dreams is show up for yourself in the best way you are capable of right now, in the ways that are within your control right now. Choosing yourself, starting that business, taking that chance, walking away, whatever the case is. Choose yourself in that manner, and the universe will be there to support you. It's kind of like what comes to mind is, it's kind of intense, but like jumping off a building onto one of those like really squishy, I think actors use it, like one of those really bouncy squishy things. It's like you kind of gotta take the jump, but the universe is going to be there to catch you, and you're going to be fine, you're going to be safe, and it's going to be scary as hell, because that's natural. Embracing the unknown, doing things differently, choosing yourself, all of these things, if we're not used to that, it's going to be really scary. And that's a natural part of the process, but it doesn't mean that you necessarily have anything to fear, if that makes sense. So embracing the unknown, stepping out of your comfort zone, all of these things are required to get what you want. And they all exist. They're all I feel like this path it's like you were built for it. You were built for this path. You've been prepared for this path. This path is meant for you. There's a reason that you have this Two of Swords, that you've been pulled in a certain direction, that your soul has been called to something for as long as it has. Sometimes you just have to take the first step. All right, immediate future for Leo. What can Leo expect in their immediate future should they choose to move forward in alignment with their higher self? The Knight of Pentacles. Here's something they don't tell you about manifestation. There's the Four of Cups in reverse and the Six of Pentacles too. Okay. Success, creating the life of your dreams, attracting what it is that you want, all of these things are guaranteed. What isn't guaranteed is that you are going to continue down that path. Okay? Failure, loss, never destinations. They are only indications that you are in the middle of a journey. When you are, I'll get comments like, oh, I decided to start my business and I've been struggling financially and the universe, hasn't been supporting me a single bit. But, the thing is, and what I've learned from my own personal journey and building my own business and attracting, the relationships that I've been wanting my whole life into my life, is that it does not happen overnight. It is not something where you wake up one day and you are like, oh my gosh, look at that. The life of my dreams has appeared out of nowhere on my doorstep. It's very rarely a windfall. And it is actually a process of unwavering commitment to believing that you are deserving of a better life. And that process, it takes faith, because the only thing that is inevitable on the journey to creating the life of your dreams is you are going to face obstacles, you are going to face struggles, and you are going to face moments where you feel like you are failing. Okay, you're going to hear this from me. Okay, the raw truth. When you are trying to create a better life for yourself, you are going to hit bumps along the way that make you feel as if everything is falling apart. And you are going to sit there and you're going to second guess yourself, and you're going to second guess why the hell you even chose to take a chance on yourself in the first place. And you're going to second guess and wonder why, would it be easier if I go backwards? And in those moments, it is imperative that you keep going. Because right there is where most people give up. When they're facing the obstacles, when they're facing the challenges, when they're facing the struggles, that is where most people go, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm done. I'm out. I'm going to go back to safety, where my ego has control and can predict the outcome. Even if it doesn't make me happy, at least it's not scary. The moments that we manifest aren't, like I said, in the vision boards and the affirmations, and those things help. They're tools to help us get to this point. But the moments that we create the life of our dreams is when our life is saying, you can't do it, you're not good enough, you're not lovable, and we say, yes, I am. And we make decisions that align with that version of us instead of the version of us that tends to believe that we're not good enough, not capable, not supported, not lovable. So just know that the path is there for you. It's ready for you to step onto. But you're wanting to have all of the answers. You're wanting to know the outcome. You're wanting to know everything's going to be fine and it's going to look like this, and it's not a smooth process. It's not. And I want to tell you that, because I think that the more that we can be aware of that when we take steps on the path to what we desire, the more likely we are to keep going when we're facing those experiences, right? I think a lot of people have this idea of manifestation, that it's just this journey of ease and it's magical and things just appear before your eyes. And it is really cool. I will give you that. Solutions appearing out of nowhere and the people that you need showing up right when you need them. Like, those things happen and they're really, really really cool. But the process of manifestation within itself is a process of committing it's a commitment between you and the universe and you and yourself to saying, I know I am deserving of more than what I have been experiencing, and I am fully committed to doing whatever I can to creating that. And when you make that commitment and you take steps knowing that you are supported in that direction, you will literally watch your life change in front of your eyes. It's really cool. And I can say that because I've done it. I've watched people around me do it. I mean, it's glaringly obvious that it's working when you're doing it, or when you're watching someone do it. I hope this is making sense. So the path is there. It's the guarantee is in the guarantee is in your ability to finish the journey, to complete the journey. But the journey itself is the point. That's where you learn. That's where you grow. That's where you pick yourself back up. That's when you struggle. That's when you build your faith. Like, the journey is the point. That's the whole thing. That's the whole reason why we're here. All right, immediate future for Leo. The Knight of Wands. I mean, there's a leap of faith right there. I want to know what this leap of faith leads to, though. Clarifying this Knight of Wands. You have the Three of Swords in reverse. Like healing. I feel like that's, healing and manifestation really do go hand in hand. Because as you face the moments where you are having to live in the triggers of I'm unlovable, I'm not good enough, I can't do this, you are actively healing the experience that has taught you those things in your life. So that's why healing and manifestation go hand in hand, is because you have to look deeper within yourself and say, okay, if I can say the life of my dreams is possible, but the reason I'm not experiencing it is because I don't believe it's possible, then what in my life has taught me that it's not possible? And what is asking to be healed in this moment? That's why the journey is the point, is because the healing is the point. But what can Leo expect from this Knight of Wands? I feel like for some of you, this could be confirmation. Like if you've taken a risk, this would be like, yep, this is the way. For others, there's the Four of Wands. I mean, so I asked what the outcome of the Knight of Wands would be, and it's this Four of Wands. I mean, look at that. That's like this Four of Wands specifically is calling to me. It's like success, right? The finish line, getting to where you want to be, the path opening up. Like that's what this is saying. I don't remember what I was saying, so it obviously wasn't important. Okay, we're going to get one more. What Leo can expect in their immediate future should they choose to move forward in alignment with their higher self. Seven of Wands, Two of Wands. And then the Four of Wands and the Sun. Leo, it's time to fight for yourself. That's what this reading is about. Because you're the Two of Wands and the Seven of Wands. It's like this decision here, this Two of Swords, it is in alignment with your soul's path. It's in alignment with what you want. It's in alignment with what you desire. It's in alignment with what you deserve. But you have to be willing to fight for yourself to receive it. Saying yes to what it is that you deserve is saying no to everything that doesn't align with that, even if you have no idea how things are going to be okay in the end. Just knowing that they will be is the key. I feel like, sometimes I say these things and it's like, it sounds like I'm just super naive and everything always works out and blah, blah, blah. This isn't the life that I've always experienced. And nor do I think that I'm not saying everything has always worked out for me every step that I've taken. What I mean by that is there have always been solutions, and I've always gotten to where I was trying to be by not giving up on myself. That's what I'm trying to say. The idea that the universe has your back is this idea that regardless of what the path looks like, regardless of the moments of loss, of lack, of feeling like you're failing, regardless of those moments, you believe this is happening for a reason and the universe is getting me to where I'm trying to go. And when you are allowing that belief to enter your mindset and into your reality, it doesn't mean that you're just like, there have been times in building this business where I've been struggling for months on end with panic attacks because I was like, I don't know if everything's going to be okay. How am I going to pay my bills? It's not like it's just this process of everything works out magically and it's all fine and good. But not giving up on myself and choosing to pursue what I knew was my path and my calling and getting to the point of believing that I was deserving of the life that I've been trying to create, that's the only thing that got me here. And that's why I will shout it from the rooftops in this reading and all of my other readings till the end of time, is because I know that I have learned how powerful I truly am by believing in my power and in the universe's support of that. And I the only thing I want is for everybody else to understand that they have that exact same ability. So fighting, it's time to fight for you. It's time to fight for the life that you have been wanting this whole time. I feel like you've been called toward a certain path. Maybe you're being pulled to move across the country. Maybe you're being pulled to walk away from something. Maybe you're being pulled to sell your house. I don't know. Whatever you're being pulled to do, now is the time to do it and believe that it is going to lead you to something better than you can even imagine. All right, Leo, I'm going to hop on over to the extended, where we're going to look at what you can do right now to ensure you're moving forward in alignment with your higher self. But first, I am going to be talking about this at the end of every video until this event takes place, but I am going to be hosting a How to Attract the Love That You Desire and Deserve workshop on April 5th at 6 p.m. Central Time. It is a live workshop. It is going to be over Zoom, not on YouTube, and tickets are required whether you are going to be in attendance at the live event or you want to receive the recording of the event afterwards because you cannot make the live event. The only thing you would miss out on if you purchase a ticket and don't show up but then get the recording the next day is I am doing a 15 to 20 minute Q&A session on the day of the event. Obviously, if you're not at the event, you can't ask questions, but you will still receive the recording of that Q&A session. Any information on how to purchase tickets or on just reading a little bit more about the event is in the link at the top of the description box below. If you have any questions at all, feel free to shoot me an email. That is always in the description box below as well. Otherwise, thank you so much, Leo, as always, for your support of my channel. I do hope that this reading helped and resonated with you in a way that you were needing today. And as always, Leo, I wish you nothing but love and healing on your journey moving forward. All right, bye, Leo.